Kia ora koutou katoa. Hello, I'm Lesley Ormsby, psychic medium, healer, life coach, spiritual coach and developer, all those sorts of things. Pretty much, yeah, I'll dabble with everything and anything to do with spirituality. So, yeah, there's no real, I'm a jack of all trades, you could say. So, but anyway, now I am going to do the, what am I going to do? It's Cancer. Okay, sorry. November 2019 readings for you. So it's interesting because I've just kind of been the energy is really slow at the moment, like slowed down for me. And okay, and I'm just going to mention this because yeah, it's like there's a lot of stop starting in this, like I've like clicked on the to get this started to do this recording for you, for your, for this session, for this reading for you for November 2019, and it's like it's starting to come through now, and I was all right, ready to go. So there's been a bit of hesitancy, and it's like I kept getting distracted as I was preparing to do these reads. And the other thing that I noticed that when I was doing it, which is making me aware of too, is not just the distraction, but it's like it's kind of being like, oh, hang on a minute, where am I going? What am I doing? And then hang on a minute, maybe I should be going this way, I could be going that way. So there's some decision making or some some decision making and some choices that you are going to be making or need to be making, or that Spirit encouraging you to make. Because I'm just going to say that in the energy from the star sign of Cancer, or the sun, sun or whichever moon rising you're coming here for, as if it's in your star sign. So there's a lot of hesitancy and a lot of interferences, I feel like has been in, but the big word that I'm getting is more distraction, and that's because I feel like and they're reminding you, because I'm just hearing that as I was getting this preparing to do that, I was thinking, oh, there's something I'm missing, there's something I've forgotten, and this is partially why things aren't quite maybe going as fluidly with some of you, is because it's like there's a need to ground one, but also it's like, oh yeah, I need to go back and do this. So Spirit are just saying that there is, for some of you, there is not going backwards, but it's like you've put something to the side, and they're just reminding you to take a look over this way, or to the side basically, and just see what it is. Because if you're feeling like you aren't able to move forward, or if you're feeling you're not able, something, there may be a block, they're just saying maybe stop, look and listen, because they're just saying that there is a routine that or a process. For some of you might call it a routine, and then it's like you're here, but actually you've forgotten something back there, so you're ready to go, and then you're sitting down. So they're trying to get you to have a list, or write down things, or just sit still, and but I feel like, yeah, and just sit still for a moment and then see what it is, because I don't feel like it's anything really, really big or ginormous, but it can make the difference to your mood if you, and it can make the difference, to your mood in the sense that if things aren't running fluidly, it can be you could swing either way. You're either going to get, your energy, through your mind thoughts is going to drop, your vibration's going to lower, or you're going to end up, because I'm hearing some of you getting really frustrated with yourself, or you're going to get really sad with yourself, depressed, or whatever would you like to call it for you. Your energy's going to lower, which kind of makes our thoughts go a little bit awry, in the sense that, you know, it lowers our energy. So not good thinking or not very good thoughts come, but and we, you know, you're playing this record on in your mind, and it's like, oh, should have, could have, would have done that, but I didn't. So there's so they're just talking about that side of things at the moment. It's kind of like, but it's like bringing your energy back to you. So I've been really drawn to this crystal here today, which is a clear quartz crystal. It's quite bright at the moment. It's kind of glowing. So you might see, I know there is a light up there that's shining on me that is glowing white, but it's kind of like when I look in there, so I'm not sure what you see, but it's really glowing for me on this side, which even just looking at the energies vibrating. So the clear quartz crystal, like wearing it around, and it's just, maybe if you've got some of this handy, whether it be a small piece or smaller pieces, maybe wear it around on your body, on your person, and if you're a female, in your bra or in pockets or something like that, whatever, or in your handbag. But I don't recommend handbags, but if that's the only way you're going to be able to cut them around there, it's all good. Oh, excuse me. So something or someone maybe or something, I say, or someone may not be sitting right with you, because I'm just like, there may be something like you need to like bring up, or something that's not kind of like sitting with you. Like if I'm doing that, it's like, oh, like the hiccups kind of thing, or indigestion. So being mindful of that, and I'm just hearing like, breathe, okay, through this month, because I feel like there are a lot of changes that are coming up and around you in this month of, November. And even like coming out with, I feel like for some of you, the shit's hit the fan like now. So at the moment, or this month, it's been brewing up, and then some of you, it's not so much the shit's hit the fan, but there are definite like changes. Like really cutting, letting go of stuff, and allowing yourself to move on. So into this new energy, and create these new beginnings that you have put out for. Okay, so I'm just checking in with that energy, of Cancer, and it's like they're saying it's just like some of you are really needing to cut ties with thoughts that may be limiting beliefs, and some of you it could be someone physical in your life which is connected to some thoughts and feelings that have got you to this point. And some of you, it's just like, tying up of loose ends, like say for business, arrangements, yeah, and or partnerships in some way, whether it be, I'm going to go more with business at the moment, but some of you is definitely relationship, love, is there as well. So anyway, I normally start off with introducing myself, but I've just got onto this little ramble here, at the moment, but they just really wanted to like get that out and first. So like I said, my name is Lesley Ormsby, and I'm a psychic medium, healer, a teacher, a spiritual teacher, mentor, and or coach, okay, and spiritual counseling. I do quite an array with things, as a lot of us do, with spiritual work. So anyway, so just bear in mind that these readings are general readings. So if it doesn't fit with you, please do not try and make it fit, or don't be sad that it isn't, because there are other people out there that do the same thing, and they may have a message for you that more resonates with you. Okay. The other thing is too, like, even if the message may not resonate with you right now, however, it could be from somewhere in the past, maybe the recent past or the distant past as well. So it could help you with some understanding of what might have been going on back then. Okay, and or some of you will find yourselves, you're like right in there now, and some of you, this is like more projected towards, and not necessarily in the next month or two. So the date is kind of is there, but like for the November 2019, and some of you that will be booms being on, and that's exactly what will happen. And like I say, some of you are in that transition period now, and in that transition period now, and some are halfway, quarter way, or 3/4 way, and you will take that into there. So into the month of November. Okay, so please. yeah, just, roll with it, and, just have a think, like broaden it in your mind about how the message might apply to you. Okay. So the other thing is that's where I was just going to say that these are timeless. So it's kind of like, if you aren't actually of the star sign and it does make sense to you, awesome, and if it helps you to figure out something, that's really awesome. So, and the other side of that too is like it could be your moon or rising sign, okay, or Venus sign even. So, which I was just going to talk about now. So, so it could be, even though it may not be. Oh, we deal with it. Sorry, I was just going to say welcome actually to those of you who this is for your, like, sun, moon, or rising, Venus or rising sign, and also there are maybe some cross watchers out there. Holy cow, that was kind of like long-winded, wasn't it? So on saying that, there's been like a lot of like long-windedness in getting things done and getting things out. So for some of you, I feel like you've just been going with the flow this month of October to some degree, and because you kind of have a little bit of a break, but it's like also your energy is changing. There's been some epiphanies that have been happening for yourself, and a lot of you are feeling a lot more relaxed and a lot more, okay, this is the way shit is. I'm not going to get too heckled up about it. I'm just going to like see what unfolds and allow it to happen. Okay, so gosh, I haven't even pulled a bloody card yet. So anyway, I'm going to use the animal cards today, the Sacred Web animal cards, and I'm just going to pull a couple, or actually one. I was going to say a couple. I did say a couple, didn't I? So I'm going to pull a couple. A couple will probably fall out. So I've given these a little good, oh my God, a good little shuffle, okay. And it's interesting that there's kind of like, so you might find that in like next month, you might find that you might be a little bit dithery with these changes, and it's just the change of the frequency and the that you're going through. Okay, so we just did my shuffle. Returning, okay, is the first one that's coming, and there's a bumblebee on there. So I'm just scratching my ears, and some of you may not be listening, okay, to what is coming through for you. Okay, so returning, like the bumblebee, look at it, it's got the pollen on its legs, and it's got the rainbow at the bottom. So, and it's that purpley, that lilac pink. So some of you may be going into more, there may be a change in the perception, like I said earlier, it came up about, the way you're thinking, and therefore your third eye, and the way you're seeing things, and then the spiritual side, you see, is where they're more drawing me to. So this is more like a purple or a lilac sort of a colour over on my side here. But also what they're drawing me to is the rainbow. And you know how the rainbow, we see it like this, and it's like, it looks like it's there, but it actually isn't. It's like a big bubble. And if you've seen it, there are some posts on YouTube and on Facebook and that, where some people have taken a photo, and it's actually a big bubble. And I didn't know that until about a couple of years ago, when I actually saw something like that, and I thought, oh my God. So it was just beautiful. So what they're saying, even though this is here and it's symbolic of the rainbow, it's not the end of the line. That's what they're trying to say for you. There's a big bubble and around, it's like there's something is returning, okay, for you. So that's only one half of it. So, and now it's like there's something, the other half it's like returning. So you're returning back to a state or a place where you didn't think, some of you, where you'd get to again. Okay, so for some of you, I'm just really feeling the sense of closure for the end of this month and going into next month with quite a few things. So that was going on. Now my back of my neck's a bit itchy. So some of you may be carrying a little bit of stuff in there. Okay, it may be some other stuff. So we're going to clear that. So Spirit are going to clear that for you, but you're going to clear that because you're moving forward. Okay, you're going into this. Okay, I can feel it going now. You're moving forward. That's why, letting go of some things in the past, or you've sorted out some things in the past. When we have that epiphany, it's like really, it's just an amazing feeling. It's like, oh wow. And sometimes we don't even realize that we've been doing that, or that was ever a problem. But it's not until you actually like or somebody says something, you know, somebody might say something, or you might see something on Facebook, or you might be just, you know, or watching a movie, or, you know, whatever, and it might just come up and it's like, oh my God, I didn't really think of it like that, in that way, okay, in that sort of context. So the bumblebee, yeah, so there's something about returning back home too for some of yous, and returning with the goods, you know, is what I'm getting. But there is a group of you too that are returning. It's like something is returning to you as well. Okay. It's returning to you, and I feel like for some of you, it's like, okay, for some of you, it's like your sanity is the word I'm hearing. Okay, and it's because you've taken the time out to follow and pursue what it is that you have been wanting to do, and that you've been holding off, or you've been waiting. Some of you've been waiting for the next clue, and it's like, who flippin' Ray, eh? And it's just amazing though. So this one here is clarity, the next card that come out, okay? And that is a moth. And it's like, for me at the moment, what I'm getting with the moth, or this particular moth, is that, you know, it's like I can see, I can feel, I know now. That's the feeling I'm getting with. There's more clarity. I know now what it is that was either holding me back, or, you know, that shift. I know the shift, that shift. I know it, and I know what I need to do. So you've had a shift in the perception of what it is you need to do, and need to know, and need to do. Okay, so I'm just going to put those cards away. So clarity. So with those cards, and you see, look, and this one here is like there's a moon on that one, a caudal moon. Interesting. And 22 is on that. So 22 is about relationships. So I wouldn't be surprised if there's some sort of clarity around where you stand with people, or where people stand with you. And, you know, it's like, well, you know, and so you've been able to, like when I go, wow, with some people, it's like, okay, and then like you've seen something that that somebody is like, you didn't think that they were like that, or it's kind of opened your eyes a bit more for some of you, and it's like, wow, yeah, and so it's allowed you to have more clarity about what it is, and where it is you're going to be going, and how you're going to deal with something. And so there's a double two there, so there must be, you know, 22, so it's like double whammy there. So I wouldn't be surprised if there's either, you know, there's a few things going on there for some of you, is that is like you're going to get that clarity, or you have got that clarity, or you're starting to get, you know, with some of it, and then next month it's going to be boom, done, sort of, because this is going to become to light for you. Okay, definitely a returning home. Okay, for a lot of yous, and the home in the sense of the heart, like you've done a lot of work, but also there's a returning, something returning to you as well. And I do feel like for some of you, it's going to be someone coming back into your life, in the sense like they've been away for a long time, so and they're coming back into your life. So it's like, for some of you, is like next month maybe. It may be, okay, I'm hearing some of you might get ashes back, you know, from somebody's, somebody's ashes back, a loved one's ashes back, might return home. Oh, wow, that's interesting. And then for some of you, it's just like, so you can, you know, there's that feeling, so you can lay them to rest, or something is being laid to rest. If it's not for you, that sort of thing, it's like laying to rest a lot of things in November. I keep going over that way, so it's, you know, it's next month basically. It's just over there. So, and I'm also being drawn to share a unicorn card, because they've been coming to me a lot lately. Horses are, you know, and somebody asked me, have you got a horse? I thought, have you ever had a horse? I said, no, I've never owned a horse. I'm not really a horsey person. I love them, but not actually really worked with them, or, you know, or had one as a pet or anything like that, or as a friend, I should say. But it could be, you know, but it's like, So some of you is why I'm talking about the horses too. So some of you may be you have a connection with a horse, if that's in spirit, and or you may end up getting a new horse for some of you, because I'm seeing somebody doing like pony jumping or something like that. Yeah, or interesting. But anyway, these will come. So I'm just going to do one more of these, and then we're just going to go into it and shuffle it because. Whoa! So oh, okay. Okay, so some of you have asked a question, and okie dokie, and guess what? Definitely yes. Isn't it pretty amazing? Definitely yes. The answer to your question is a strong yes. So some of you, whatever that is, do not overthink it. Trust yourself with whatever that is for you. Definitely yes. And also there's a crystal for the month to help you through that outside of this one. So, I mean, clear quartz will marry up with, it would like partner support anything, any other crystal. So it will either magnify it, whatever it is that you're specifically going for, changing for, going for, going for in your life, or, oh gosh, I'm just going to get my notes. Okay. Oh, now they've got 3 that have fallen out. Interesting. So aquamarine. Some of you might, and I don't know. I don't get the feeling that some of you, all 3 are going to be 4 you're going to need. But I'm feeling like more like the clear quartz would be a really good one to either visualize being around you or bring that one out, give it a big zhuzh up because it's a new moon coming up. So, now actually we're in that now. So aquamarine, so I haven't seen these ones. Amuka kite, jasper. That's a new one for me. That's a nice one too, by the feel of it. It's got rainbow colours in it, like hello. And this one, which is petal light. Okay, I've not come across that one either. So these images, if you can't get a hold of them, or for whatever reason, quite often what I've done is I've googled them and put them up. There are some, some people have some really amazing images up there on I was going to say Facebook and YouTube, but on the internet. So and then just put it as your screensaver or something. Save it as a background picture for you. So I'm just going to quickly read through them and find my glasses first. And so aquamarine. Now I've got some other stuff in here. I'm just going to read. I'm going to read it from this book because they're from this book, and so the meaning that they've got in here may be, really super specific to where you are in your life. Now, where is it? Okay. Oh, you know what? I have a book at the bottom. I'm thinking, where is it gone? That's because I've got the magical unicorn book. I'm thinking there's something wrong with that. Okay. Excuse me. Okie dokie. Oh, they must be really wanting. Okay. I tell you what, because I just like, when I was looking in there, this one here kept coming up. Change. Okay, the changes that you're going through are positive. At times we're afraid of making changes because we don't know what will happen in the future. Okay, so that these changes, okay, I'm just looking at this. These changes come in part because you're growing older. You like things different. You like different things now compared to when you were younger. It's okay for you to change because change is a part of life. In the same way your friends and family members will change as they grow older. You're letting go of things that no longer work well for you, and you're bringing in the new, okay? Even though these changes may seem to make your family and friends act differently, in the end, everyone will be closer. You'll need to make new friends through these changes too. So I don't know who that message is for, but anyway, I just thought I'd read that one. Okay, so aquamarine number 7. Okay, so that can help you, like for next month, amongst a whole lot of amongst a whole lot of other things. Basically, you know, for that with this crystal, enhanced in clarity. Oh my God. Enhanced clarity, calm discernment, awareness and acceptance of one's truth. Okay? So I'm just asking whoever it is to step back, because it's like they're wanting, this is what happens with me, you know, it's like once I get going, spirit individual people want to come through. Okay, so Moo, Kite, Jasper. Is risk, adventure, new experiences, exploring unknown territory, claiming personal power. Oh my God. So that one's an amazing one, obviously, for new beginnings. That's because that's what it's all about. And then when I'm looking at the Jasper, the aquamarine, you know, we've just talked about the crystal here, bringing about clarity, helping you stay that. So, you know, stay there. So some of you may be more, you know, in tune with that one rather than the clear quartz. It just depends on what resonates with you. So remember, it's all about what resonates with you. So some of you, I'm just hearing too, may have other crystals that you may resonate with, but using one of these as a support, you know, or as a support is kind of more what I'm hearing. So petal light. Okay. Oh, okay. So as you're going through these changes, quite often what will happen is we need to be going in an observer role. So petal light is about witnessing and being the observer, and ability to detach the NPB and the input of an impersonal quality of the universe. So being that impersonal quality of the universe. So not getting attached to anything, detaching yourself from the drama, basically what's going on, and not allowing yourself to get caught up with it, because that is what, you know, can be the thing that like helps, that stops us from moving forward, or stops you from moving in a direction that you would really much further like going. But you know, it's kind of like other people's opinions might come in. So those crystals will be absolutely amazing to help you in that transition. Phew, that was really interesting. So anyway, I'm going to end it there. So if you would like to touch base with a reading with me, that would be awesome. You can contact me through my Facebook inbox. The details will be down below in the box below. Okay. Now I just trying to think. Now I thought I had something else to tell you, but it must be for another star sign. So anyway, have an awesome month next month, and remember to tune into these crystals, whichever one resonates. It might be the whole lot, but just, you know, I'm hearing like grit and bear with it, because everything is turning out as it's meant to be. Okay. Some of you's a little bit excited, and some of it's nervous excited, and that's all good. Change is good. Once we, you know, and we get through it, or as we're moving through it, we start to see it, it's all good. It's working out perfectly. Okay. Just to reassure you, Spirit just want to reassure you. Anyway, I have to go, because they'll just keep going on and on and on. So have a beautiful month next month and the rest of this month, okay? God bless you. See you for now.